attendees here in the Zoom chat. If you can really quickly drop a message in the chat, let's make sure that that is working. And we can begin in a second. We have Lachlan here with us. Yep, there we go. Thank you, Michael. Thank you so much. Okay, cool. So guys and girls, welcome to another live trading session here at the Trading Pit with Samurai Day Trading. We have Lachlan here with us, who's going to run the live trading room today and go over all of the details. You might notice that today Lachlan is actually named Lachlan. We have managed to solve the big mystery of why he was called Cody and was identifying himself as Cody for the past, I want to say 4 or 5 streams, maybe. So that one's solved. So today Lachlan is back to normal. He did mention earlier that the markets are happy today. So happy markets means we're also happy, and happy pockets and happy trading. So that's really wonderful. From my side, I'm not going to take too much of your time right now. Enjoy your trading session with Lachlan, and I will see you towards the end. I'll join and say hi, and as usual, tease a few upcoming things. So for now, just enjoy your trading session, and I'll see you later.
Perfect, Alan. Thank you. And guys, thank you, TTP, once again. Massive thank you to TTP, guys, for supporting supporting Samurai in the journey to becoming really good, guys. Really good. Now, I say really good, guys. My goal is to be the #1 educator. As the #1 educator in Asia. That doesn't necessarily mean the best. Doesn't mean the best. I should say, it doesn't mean the biggest. Oh, that's a good start, isn't it? Let me. I'm going to increase our lighting here. Oh, there we boom. Wow. It actually does mean it does mean the best. It doesn't mean the biggest, but it certainly does mean the best. So guys, welcome. You can see it's live, guys. See, we're live today, including all of the mistakes. Carlos, how are you? MJ, how are you? Remy, Giz, I hope everybody is fantastic. Guys, we're going to get on with it. Guys, we're going to get on with it. We've basically got a lot to cover today. We are live streaming, guys, which will be good fun. So again, big thank you to the Trading Pit, guys. Cole, how are you? I hope you're fantastic. So guys, interesting point. Why are we going to run a live trading room today? As I started my journey in 2007, I was, again, the only live trading room at that point in time was for the US Open. What we've done is we've expanded that out now to obviously the European Open. It's a lot friendlier, guys, sleep-wise, may I suggest. Guys, the reason we love live trading rooms, ultimately, as per the 4 points there, the biggest one for me is immediate proof of performance. Guys, there's a lot of people out there in the world that are spruiking trading, do this, do that, rah. I would prefer just to take the trades, guys, and teach you how to do it on the run. It builds confidence. Guys, ultimately, there's nowhere to hide in a live chart. And ultimately, that means we're not forecasters. Guys, we're not forecasters. We don't sort of do pie in the sky kind of stuff. Guys, we just get on with it. And of course, there's an opportunity to ask questions as well. And I think, guys, as we're going to be doing tonight, guys, so it's a global hub meeting on tonight, guys. So anyone in the world can come and attend that hub meeting if you would like to. Tonight we're doing how to trade extreme volume. How to trade extreme volume. So, guys, that being said, let's move on because we've got a lot of stuff to cover today, guys. So, firstly, we're going to be trading futures today, guys. Some people are trading CFDs. Guys, that is okay. Just be super aware, guys, that if you're trading futures or CFDs, guys, there is a risk. There's a risk of making money and also losing money every time you take a trade. Guys, because we're trading on margin, which is leverage, it means we borrow a little bit of money every time we take a trade in principle. What does that mean? Our risk is larger, our potential profit is larger, so we are ultimately professional risk controllers. Now, guys, everything we do is general information only. The past performance of all financial products can no longer be used as a reference for future performance. Good afternoon, Diane. How are you? As my point being is if you want to track what we're doing, this is a really important point, guys. If you want to track what we're doing, simply go to the Samurai Day Trading YouTube channel, guys, or go to Samurai Day Trading on Instagram. Guys, literally just at Samurai Day Trading. Guys, I put a post up every day of effectively the best trades, guys, where we made mistakes, what we did right, what we did wrong. Guys, those, particularly the YouTube videos, guys, getting some really good feedback. So my focus is very heavily on YouTube, guys, very heavily on YouTube. Is it just me, guys? Is it just me, or is it easy to upset Facebook? I think over COVID, the COVID thing, it was very easy to upset Facebook. It looks like it's becoming easier and easier again, guys, to upset Facebook. So may I suggest that we'll probably be focused very heavily on YouTube. Now, guys, another thing we're going to be doing today, market risk factors, because we are trading over the internet. Guys, I'm going to do my best to explain to you the trades that I see as per our education strategy. Key point, guys, we'll try and get everybody in and out of the market as best as we possibly can. The key point is that you may not be able to get the trade that I suggest because of the internet or other market risk factors that we literally cannot how do we put it, guys? We'll do our best, but at the end of the day, guys, the markets are in charge and the internet connection is also in charge. Now, a couple of things, guys, a little bit of a brief history. Yes, I am from the Army, guys. So I did 15 years in the Australian Army. It was absolutely phenomenal, guys. Probably the best experience of my life. Guys, short of getting married, and my three little children are absolutely hilarious, guys. They're good fun. Now, speaking of that, guys, what's my role? I'm basically the head coach and presenter, guys, at Samurai. So key point with Samurai, guys, I started my trading journey in 2007, opened my first trading school in 2009, guys, and I did that because there were no decent trading schools in Australia. Now, by that, I mean all of the trading schools in Australia were teaching Forex or CFDs. Again, we won't get into the detail about why I'm not a massive fan of Forex, but I saw a lot of people lose a lot of money in Forex. And then I realized that futures trading, there are no OTC brokers called over-the-counter brokers to trade against you. And I went, wow, I think I need to teach people this, guys. And the journey started there. That being said, fast forward to today, guys, I've written all of the code for all of the indicators, guys. I write the concept. So Tim, very, very smart person, writes all the code for me, guys, but I write the mathematical concept behind what we do. We are mathematical based traders, guys. I think that's a really, really important point. We're basically trading mathematics every day, guys, and we're really, really good at doing it. Now, the flip side of that, Instagram, guys, is Samurai Day Trading. If you want to join us on there, you've got YouTube, guys. There's a lot of really, really cool stuff that's going to be going on in YouTube, guys, over the next 3 to 4 months. One thing I will highlight, guys, is we're doing a live stream of the Wednesday European Open live trading room. We're just trialing that at the moment, guys. That's going quite well. Guys, if you need to contact us, send us an email. There's the address for you. And also, very, very important point, guys, website content currently being updated. All right, so let me show you something here. Guys, here is the website. If you want to find out a little bit more about trading psychology or similar things, guys, just go to the About option. You've got your Trading Psychology 101, Psychology Mastery. Guys, you've got the 10 most important lessons for beginner traders. Guys, NASDAQ, S&P 500, trading plan guides, and similar things. Guys, so we're starting to build the content out on the website because we're getting a lot of questions. I was about, Lockie, how do I do psychology? How do I this? How do I do that? So that's all on the website, guys, the public website, right? All you need to do is go to About Us. Cody does an incredible job, guys, at trading people in psychology. So what I've done is put those articles together saying, hey, in my 17 or so years, this is what I think is really, really important. Again, guys, and that's really simple, really, really simple, basic principle stuff, right? So if you want the sexy stuff, guys, Cody is very, very good at trading psychology. And in fact, guys, in August, guys, in our weekly coaching, we're going to be going into the trading psychology with Cody, which will be good fun. Now, more on that, guys, what to expect basically out of today. I'm going to focus on the left-hand side. Those 12 things I'm ultimately going to focus on. Guys, the ones where our signals will be generated from are highlighted in red for you. The charts that we're going to be looking at are formatted as per the purple squares. Guys, our focus all the way down the bottom will be let the market do the heavy lifting. As the market is going to generate the signal for us, it's going to generate our stop loss, our target position, our time expectation, everything that we need to know as in the game of trading is dare I say it, defined by the pure price movement of the market. Right? So what we're going to do is we're going to combine pure price movement with indicators designed to help us make decisions, guys. And as a result of that, guys, we should go relatively well. We should go relatively well, which would be really, really quite good fun. Cole, new laws in Australia regarding online ID. Oh dear. Oh dear. We won't talk about that today. We won't talk about that today only because we could talk about that for hours, young Cole, may I suggest? Hours and hours and hours. All right, now charts, guys, I've already been here. I've already been here getting ready for today. Now, some of my S&P 500 traders, Guys, my S&P 500 and NASDAQ traders, as I put on the NASDAQ here, you guys may already be short, right? So for those people that trade what's called the Asian close, guys, if you trade the Asian close, as on the NASDAQ, let me go full screen for you. Let me go full screen. Let me move this little camera window around a little bit. Guys, this is our Asian close, right? You've picked up these two little static bar reversals here, guys. This one here with the SBR indicator above it is mathematically magic, So right on the turn of the hour, guys, this is the highest the NASDAQ has ever been. They've sold back down, produced the 50 tick winning trade, guys, about $250 US. They've cruised back up, goes, hey presto, they've reset that static bar reversal again, and they've fallen away again. All right, so what we're going to be doing is now, if you trade the pre-market, guys, or what's referred to as the Asian close, if you trade the Asian close, you've had two mathematically perfect setups. Both of them have gone really, really, really well. All right, so what are we going to expect? As in today for the NASDAQ traders. So again, some of you may be short. Guys, if we do cruise back up here, guys, we start tickling these Fibonacci extensions here, or we tag the all-time high and we can't go any higher, please watch for the shorts, guys, to basically come back through again. I would like these guys to buy through that level first before we do sell. Guys, at the moment, the NASDAQ is trying to build a little bit of buying momentum over the top of the R1. Right? So we'll see what they do ultimately down here. There is going to be, guys, there is going to be 1, 2, 3. And there's the break there. These guys are famous for breaking just before Singapore. So I would suggest, let's just borrow that line. Whoops, no, that's not what I wanted, please. I would suggest right here, guys, there could be a really, really lovely little buy signal. Okay. See this two-phase complex retracement over here? So two-phase complex retracement. There's your SBR -4 just there, right? So that little indicator right there is basically telling us if you come anywhere near this again, we're going to turn you around and buy you back the other way. Now, strategically, guys, or if we widen the scope, on the markets today, for those that are just logging in, guys, the all-time high, the 2025 all-time high is just here, happens to correspond with a monthly 161.8 Fibonacci extension, guys, and also a 4-hour chart 141.4. Okay, so naturally a really, really good sort of really good, should I say, Cody's got a word for it. Cody, what's your word when all the things line up together? Starts with C.
Confluence.
Thank you. There's a really lovely confluence. I love that word. There's a really lovely confluence here. I was really thank you. I appreciate that. So what does it mean, guys? What does it mean? Even though I can't remember what the C word is, if we come up here, we're going to find some really, really heavy, heavy resistance. If we pop through there, guys, there's a couple of targets to the high side that the NASDAQ traders could consider. You've got one target here and you've got one target here. Okay, now, it will be at this point in time, like we did yesterday, guys, it'll all be about dual chart signals. So again, for the NASDAQ traders, watch for the S&P for guidance. For the FDAX traders, watch for the FESX. Now, guys, I had a call today with one of the traders in Australia. Really awesome call. Guys, if you are trading the NASDAQ, let me just blow this up for a moment. If you're trading the NASDAQ, guys, do not use the these charts on the right. How do I put it? Don't use this chart down here, bottom right-hand corner, FESX. Guys, don't use that as a reference chart for the NASDAQ, please. All right, so the NASDAQ, your reference chart is the S&P 500. For the FDAX, your reference chart is the FESX. All right, so it doesn't go across the screen, guys. It literally just goes up and down. All right, that does. Just want to make sure that everyone's okay with that. As much as the FESX is completely in charge at this point in time, FESX is an incredible reference chart, but you're not looking for permission to trade from that one. Daniel, how are you? Hope you're fantastic. Guys, a little bit lower down on the NASDAQ. Just be aware, guys, right here. So we've got 2783. Guys, that is a 60-minute chart static bar reversal short. Guys, now if we do sell down, you can see over here on the left-hand side that the actual buyers have lost control of the market before the sellers defended them very hard. This was around about 9 o'clock this morning. So there'll be a beautiful Fibonacci, guys, that runs up there to catch them on the way down. If Europe does videos, okay, let me turn the video off. Right, let me turn the video off. Boom. All right, get rid of that so we don't get push that down here. Perfect. Okay, so guys, I've drawn my Fibonacci up to catch them on the way down. Ultimately, if we were to get a deep retrace, we're going to watch for the 2 sets of red Fibonacci's. Again, if we do get a deep retrace down around these 76 fibs, right, so down around here, if Europe tumbles, I don't see why it would tumble, guys. We're about 90% in favor of buying and 10% in favor of selling on the FDAX. If we do come down here, guys, for some bizarre reason, then we're looking at an absolutely incredible buy, guys, off these 76 fibs. Okay. All right, so that's our NASDAQ. We'll squash that up. Guys, we'll squash that up, expand it out. Nice fat candles, makes them very, very easy to trade. What we do have to watch for the NASDAQ, guys, also watch for the round numbers like 23,800. Guys, a beautifully round number. Now, S&P, guys, I think the S&P 500 is going to effectively control the NASDAQ today. So a couple of things I do want to highlight, guys. All-time high is just sitting up here. There's an exhaustion zone, really, really lovely exhaustion zone. Some people call it liquidity zone. Someone call it a liquidity sweep, guys, however you want to put it. That little rectangle there, guys, is there. If these guys buy back up into this area and they can't completely dominate, guys, we're going to be setting up some lovely selling signals. Now, mathematically, you've got that tiny little -3 rated static bar reversal there. Guys, if we were to buy back above that and get drilled by the sellers, then there is a beautiful reversal signal right there, ready to rock and roll. Guys, that sell signal has already triggered once and gone to full targets, come back up, retested, triggered again, and gone once again to full targets. So some of the Asian close traders, guys, so that starts at 2 o'clock in the afternoon Tokyo time. Some of the Asian close traders have already done very, very well out of that. Now for the S&P, guys, that blue 100 extension there, that is a really, really key balance point in the market. If we get below that and we hold below it, guys, we're going to march down to a 4-hour short. If we march down to a 4-hour short, guys, we could follow exactly the same Fibonacci scenario we did on the NASDAQ. Guys, this is where the sellers took control of the market, then the buyers absolutely hammered them. So as a reference point for today, Fibonacci is always drawn up to catch them on the way down. Guys, and please, 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 if you're doing Fibonacci, guys, the spine of the Fibonacci always runs from left to right. Can anybody tell me why Fibonacci does not run from right to left? Guys, can anyone tell me why? Just not a trick question, guys, not a trick question. Exactly right, Giz. Fibonacci is not palindromic, guys. So palindromic number is 808. So that reads exactly the same in both directions. Fibonacci is not palindromic, guys, under any stretch of any imagination. So please, if someone's teaching you guys that Fibonacci is not palindromic, please don't listen to what they're teaching. Really important point. Now, so Remy's picked up a 50-tick trade, guys, climactic reversal off the, I'll go and have a look, guys, on the NASDAQ. So S&P, guys, if we sell down, we've got a 4-hour short here. Again, my focus at this point in time would be selling down and getting caught, guys, on this cluster down the bottom here. Guys like the 78.6 and similar things, all right? If we get caught down there, guys, we know exactly what to do. Now, over to the big, guys, over to the big Europeans, Let's have a look down here. All right, so volume update for everybody as we roll in. Time-wise, guys, we're looking pretty good. Guys, around 10.5 minutes to go. Volume is now 60,000, guys. So when I started getting ready, it was 55,000, now 60,000. That's a very good sign. What is incredible, guys, is these guys have gone climactic on the 5-minute chart at a 4-hour Fibonacci. Now, I find that exciting because these guys think they're in a 4-hour move, right? So what we've got to be aware of today for the FESX, guys, we've got scattered weak European news, nothing really to worry about. The only thing will be the German news at 5 minutes to the hour. We don't trade 5 minutes before the hour anyway, guys, so that won't affect us. Guys, if you are going to be awake tonight, guys, 9:30 p.m. Tokyo time. I tried to stay awake last night, guys, and literally couldn't. I was cooked, so I couldn't stay awake. Probably going, Lockie, that's very soft. Yes, it's very soft, but guys, I needed sleep last night. But at 9:30 p.m. tonight, 9:30 p.m. tonight, 9:30 p.m. tonight, Tokyo time, 3 US red flag news announcements. Okay, now, let's get on. Something I do want to mention, guys, for the NASDAQ. Okay, so Remy's gone long on that climactic reversal, which is fantastic. For those that were awake, guys, for those that were awake for the US close, you would have seen this completely ridiculous move. Guys, can everybody see this? Right here. Can everybody see this absolutely, completely ridiculous move down and then a stunning reversal off the S1? Now, guys, this happened during Fred's US close live trading room. Anton, I always wonder, do you draw Fibonacci from wick or the candle close or open? Oh, Anton, man, that is a great question. I'll jump on that in a second, but mate, it's always for me, it's from extreme price movement. Okay, and I'll show you why in a second. Guys, this sell down here, if there was such a thing as a clown award, right? So during the presentation this morning, the chairman of the Federal Reserve tried to publicly embarrass Donald Trump in the middle of his speech. What occurred? This. Then the robots went, uh-oh, there's the S1. Then the humans came in and went, hang on a second, that is completely ridiculous. Last time, the chairman of the Federal Reserve tried to embarrass Trump, right? That was the end of his career. What was the market's response? We've skyrocketed. We're now at all-time highs, and off we go. I said last time the chairman of the Federal Reserve tried to embarrass the president publicly was the 17th of October, 2018, and the NASDAQ crashed more than 1,000 ticks in about 15 minutes. So again, so what's happened last night, guys, is the chairman of the Federal Reserve has tried to embarrass Trump publicly in a press conference. That didn't go very well for him, guys. Whether you're pro-Trump, anti-Trump, doesn't actually matter. If you're the chairman of the Federal Reserve, probably not a good idea to try and publicly embarrass the president. But that'll be interesting to watch what happens over the next couple of weeks. For the FDAX traders, you're in a very, very interesting little situation. All right, so let me break this up for you. Okay, we have here a really, really important point. Now, it just happens to be yesterday's high. Yesterday's high is not really that important, guys. It's all about all of the previous price movement on the professional mutiny. I don't know. Maybe he wants to retire early, Lee. I'm not sure, but I certainly wouldn't get in the habit of embarrassing the commander-in-chief. There's no doubt about that. Okay, now as a breakout, guys, we have a very interesting situation here. This is going to be either a daily breakout or by a failure point. Now, what I'm focused on is not yesterday's high. Guys, what I'm focused on is the 141.4 fib extension off the monthly chart, which has been absolutely epic for the last 4 to 5 weeks. So what do I mean by this, guys? If we sell and hold below that orange 141.4 fib extension, my bias is currently for buyers. If we get below that, we're looking at really, really lovely sells. All right. Now, the European market has got a gap to close to the downside, guys. A gap to close to the downside just here. Again, if we were to look at the Fibonacci that they may go to first, I'm going to draw my Fibonacci from the gap, guys, to the high of today, because that's currently what we refer to as the gap 76 Fibonacci. Now, interesting point about that. Great question on Fibonacci. I always draw my Fibonacci from the extreme high to the extreme low of the candle. So who asked that question before? It was Anton, mate. Always. Because the computer algorithms in the world, the vast majority of the computer algorithms will actually draw the Fibonacci over the same length. Now, the reason I mention that is the extreme high on the 5-minute chart will be the same as the 1-minute chart, the 3-minute chart, the 5-minute chart, the 7-minute chart, the 9-minute chart, all the Fibonacci charts, the 15s, the 30s, the 45s, it's all going to be the same. The moment you start drawing Fibonacci's off bodies of candles, then your Fibonacci on the 5-minute chart will be different to the 3-minute chart and the 1-minute chart and the 15-minute chart and the 30-minute chart, the 37-minute chart, get right into the Fibonacci's if we want to. So I tend to find, guys, that extreme, the only exception being the Fibonacci we've just drawn on, of course, it's always going to be from extreme low to extreme high. If you want to try and second guess, Anton, what the institutional traders may or may not be doing. Now, there's a million different derivatives of Fibonacci. Some people will disagree with what I've just said, and that's okay. It works really, really well for what we do. So if something just keeps paying over and over and over again, we just keep doing it. Now, speaking of that, guys, 24395, which happens to be yesterday's high. Going to leave that there for you. Guys, that is a daily static bar reversal long. Now, they typically won't trigger a daily signal until the cash market occurs. So if we sell down drastically, guys, get anywhere near closing the gap, we could get caught at that 76 fib. Guys, if we get anywhere near this, and we fail badly, guys, then this could be these guys trying to trigger a daily static bar reversal long. Okay, it could be. But don't just go and put a long on there, guys, in case we get it right, because again, they might decide they're not going to do that. Very, very key level. Let me just grab some water. Got to keep the water up today, guys. We have our global hub meeting on tonight. Guys, we are going to be focusing today, guys, on how to trade extreme volume really, really well. So anyone out there in the world, guys, if you don't have the link to the global hub meeting, it's on the front of the website. So literally samuraidaytrading.com, scroll down a little bit. There's a big window that says that join us for our monthly hub meeting, guys. You can click on there and register and do everything that you need to do. That link, guys, is the same link for 12 months. So there is no new link required. That's been done very much on purpose. Okay, so down here, guys, 24,300. Right, so 24,300 through to 320. Let me put a little rectangle on that for you. It's a very, very strong support zone in the market. It's very strong support zone in the market, guys, from the 4-hour charts and the daily charts. So if we sell down here and we get caught here, guys, what's the bet? That will, if we do a Fibonacci again, guys, from the extreme low, Anton, to the extreme high, right there, what's the bet that correlates, hello, hey presto, with the 78.6 Fibonacci, 76.8 as well. So guys, if we do sell down and just randomly get stuck under the previous pivot and bounce back the other way, then everybody wants to be drawing their Fibonacci up to catch them on the way down. All right, now let me just double check, guys, the 4-hour chart, because the danger move today, all right, Fibonacci down, catch them on the way up. Okay, I'm happy with that. If we were to get, guys, a really, really robust buy, guys, on the FDAX, my bias at this stage, guys, about 90% buy, 10% sell. If we were to buy up here and get caught on those green Fibonacci's up there, guys, that would be quite amazing. Quite amazing. Okay. I think we're going to go down first, guys. I think we're going to go down first. Right, this is going to make our day quite interesting. Andy, you're spot on the mark, mate. You're absolutely spot on the mark. All right, so we could do now, guys. When we start the session today, please don't feel the rush to flood in on the opening FDAX candle. If you're just being a little bit careful today, guys, just leave the opening candle alone. Guys, it is, as much as it's a very, very simple candle to trade, beautiful, beautiful Fibonacci there. Guys, as much as it is a very, very simple candle to trade, it actually runs at the lowest success rate of the signals that we talk about. All right. So for those of you that want to run at a super high success rate, guys, then ultimately you would be leaving the opening candle alone. Guys, if you're super, super, super stoked about the opening candle, guys, you would wait for it to turn climactic, identify where it's failing. This 133, that 141.4 extension, guys, that R2 is a really, really lovely spot for these guys to fail. All right, so guys, there'll be two ways of trading the FDAX today. Some of you will wait for the opening candle to go climactic, look for a trade. Others will wait for it to close, then look for a trade. Others will wait for 15 minutes. Guys, let the institutions position the market first, and then you'll be looking for either a trend continuation or a second tier reversal. Guys, I can go through that. Guys, I can go through that a little bit later today in the hub meeting if you would like. All right, so 10 seconds until the gun goes. Guys, just make sure you've got the right accounts loaded, right contracts loaded, and let's be as careful and deliberate as we can be. Okay, so as careful and deliberate as we can be is the absolute art of professional trading. Okay, now we are looking at as a potential pre-market trade. I say potential because the opening candle is not climactic yet. So we're only basing that off a 133 fib extension, as opposed to anything significantly stronger than that. I'm just watching these guys move the market down beautifully, guys. If you are short, guys, if you are short underneath the pre-top or underneath Andy's 133 fib extension, as if you are short on that, then you've moved in the right direction if that is your trading style. As just to be very clear with everybody, guys, I've picked up the short underneath the pre-top. Guys, I've been stopped out on all my contracts by my trailing stop at 15 points. That puts me at $1,148 in profit. Okay, 1,148 in profit so far. So I'll see everybody tomorrow. That was good fun. So you're like, what are you doing? If you want to see my trading screen, guys, I'll show you my entries and exits on that one. If anybody needs that level of clarity, more than happy to show that to you. There's no question. So for the FTX traders who trade the opening candle, Andy, well done. Well, we had another one, absolutely belted it. Who got the big one? Oh, Dan, 10 and 20 off the pre-market box. And that's a beautiful trade. So again, guys, if we push back up again, slightly more junior traders, can now start to wade into the equation. Guys, again, if we were to push back up, we were to fail here, where obviously extreme volumes have triggered. If we were to push back up through the 76s, we look for a 76 fib trader. 76 fib. Remy runs on the board. Well done, mate. 50 times 4. Okay, that's a great trade. Now today, guys, we are going to be volatile. All right, we are going to be volatile. So what does that ultimately mean? As I would suggest, we have quick risk control and go for really long range targets, guys. Quick risk control, long range targets. I have a sneaking suspicion. Oh, look at this, guys. Look, the buyer make or break zone. That's what I called it today, and they've done a very, very bad job. Guys, shout out to Andy. Have a look at where they failed. Let's have a look at that. All right, we know how much the FDAX loves to fail at the 133 fib extension. Massive well done to Andy, guys, for pointing that out. That's an absolutely perfect opening candle trade for those that do trade the opening candle. Okay, now let's have a look. So for those that went for slightly bigger targets, Dan, you went for 10 and 20. I went for 25 on everything with a trailing stop. And so, guys, that took me out at touch 20, pay 15, which is the ATM that I use when it's getting a bit of a wriggle on. Now we've got about 90 seconds, guys. Got about 90 seconds until the candle closes. We are looking on the US markets for effectively what they do in the first 15 minutes. Guys, what they do in the first 15 minutes. At this stage, the NASDAQ traders, guys, they've tried to sell down to the R1 and fail. Guys, at this point in time, NASDAQ is buying off its R1. S&P 500 is under its R1. Okay, under its R1. Now, for the FDAX traders, the sellers now own the stair step. Right? So you're looking for a buying-based reversal. So that means, guys, if these sellers want to go further, on the FDAX, guys, if they want to go further, then if you're still short from the open, guys, then absolutely well done. If you're not short from the actual opening candle, we're looking for an effective buying-based reversal, guys, or a very, very strong selling candle in order to try and join the selling. This is what we're after. Now, Nazi, you guys pushing back down to the R1 again. Nice pushing back. You know what they've just done. Remember I said, guys, in the pre-brief, oops, I've just moved my Fibonacci. That's not what I was intending to do. Guys, in the pre-brief, I spoke about if they sell down to this black line, then that is a static bar reversal long. You may consider trading. Remy, is that the entry point you were using? Because you picked up a 50 ticker, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. Could have actually been that one. Yeah, could have actually been that one. Okay. Petros sold the 76s on NQ, then bought off the R1. Okay, mate. Well done. FDAX traders at this point in time. Whoa. FESX has just closed its gap. Okay. So for the FDAX traders, guys, for the FDAX traders, if you sell well below yesterday's high, you're looking at a long over the high. So I'd want them to sell, guys, a little bit below that. Guys, a little bit below that in order to buy the market. You could use that black diamond delta at 397, guys, provided we sell below that level. Guys, I want them to sell below and then the buyers to hammer them. All right, so FDAX, you might be looking, guys. All right, we're starting to get low enough now to put an entry on at 397. Guys, that is if you trade off pivots as reversals. Now, guys, if you're going to go long at 397, you've got a 5-point first target and risk control. Okay, 5-point first target and risk control. If they keep going down, guys, if they keep going down, the risk may end up being too big. At this point in time, we're okay, guys. So if you're going to go long at 397, okay, you're looking for a risk control point of 402. You just tagged your risk control point. So for the FDAX traders, if you're long at 397, your first target is 402. You're tagging that target now, guys. Some of you might have been ATM'd on that one. Again, guys, if you don't use a tight ATM, you're long on FDAX is 397. Your first target is 402. Second target is 407. You guys are tagging your second target already. So that's for those people that wait for the opening candle to fail, identify the failure point, back it with Fibonacci, then go long. All right. Now, if that is you, well done. Guys, if you picked up that black diamond delta on the left-hand side, that is a textbook perfect entry. Oh, well done, everybody. Oh, Nikki. Holy moly, look at that. Oh, you guys are killing it. All right, well done. Okay, brilliant. Okay, brilliant. Now, what's the bet if we did some Fibonacci work? We would find the 133 fib extension down here, guys. What's the bet? Okay. So FDAX at this stage, we have for the opening candle traders, guys, we've gone short off the 133. Fancy that. Well done, Andy, guys. I'll shout out to Andy. Guys, and then some of you have picked up a long, guys. That delta V2 over there is just incredible. Right? Just incredible. Guys, tonight, in fact, you know what, guys, tonight in the support meeting, guys, so monthly support meeting on tonight. I know I've mentioned that to you before, but it is on tonight. It is free. Anyone can attend from anywhere in the world, guys. We're talking about how to trade extreme volume, right? Guess what just occurred on the FDAX? Extreme volume. So, guys, if you want to come and say hi, come and say hi, and we will talk about extreme volume. Petros, walking away an average of 40 to 45 ticks is please, Petros. Guys, I'm not being rude, but guys, if you've made some really good money already, guys, please stay and watch. Please stay and watch, of course. But if you've made some really good money already, guys, you don't have to take another trade, guys. The best thing you can do is grab the money and run with it. That is the best thing you can do. Probably one of the #1 mistakes most traders make globally, guys, is they make some great money and then they go and give it all back. And then they start revenge trading against the market and it all turns to clag. ABC reversal short NQ 30-minute into the shadow complex retracement. Yes. Yes. Steve, spot on the mark. All right. So guys, 15-minute chart. Whoa. All right. Let's run it all the way up here. So there's our 15-minute chart. All right. So what we've actually got on the 15-minute chart, you've got a failed ABC reversal short, which has actually resulted in a 15-minute chart SBR long. Guys, the sellers have sold back down. Sellers still own the stair step, so therefore we're refueling that 15-minute SBR long. Guys, if these guys can't swing the market down, we're going to go back to the all-time high. Okay, so anybody that is long, guys, anybody that has gone long off the R1, guys, if you're an R1 reversal trader, it's not really a reversal, it's a continuation. Okay, we won't get into semantics. That little signal that we pointed out before, saying, guys, that's a really good buy point. If you have waited for the sellers to sell down on the opening candle, then put your buy order on, guys, and you've started to run it forward. I'd like you to run it, guys, up to 15 minutes long. I want you to watch what happens when we get to this little black line at the top. Okay, was I clear enough, guys, when I mark this in the pre-brief? Was I clear enough about just be careful if the market sells down, there's a little buy opportunity there? I hope I was. I hope I was clear enough on that one. Okay, now, for the FDAX traders, guys, that delta, there's a delta V2 long. guys, if we sell below that, the V2 delta long is valid at 433. Now, just be aware we're looking for the sell down. I was looking for the sell down. Ideally, sellers own the stair step. We're looking for buying base reversals. Let me just have a look at. Okay, the FESX is trading back into its pre-bottom. So what it ultimately means, Andy, that's what I was about to check, guys. So I'm just checking for reasons why we would not take the trade. So sell down there. Okay, the micro 50 is there. Guys, if you have put after they sold down over the top of the bigger 50, if you have gone long, guys, at 433, your first target is 438. That's obviously gone very, very well. In terms of trade entry, guys, I would not take that trade unless the sell down was really shallow and it was a really violent rejection. So if you want to buy the market now, guys, don't buy the market now. If you accidentally did buy the market, it's not accidentally. Look, accidentally. Let me explain this to you. The daily 50 Fibonacci is stronger mathematically than the micro trend 50. Right. So if you've said to me, Lockie, the sellers own the stair step, right? Sellers own the stair step. This is a static bar reversal in its own right. They've closed back over the daily 50. There's a black diamond delta long. The mathematics behind that signal is insane. I'm going to buy the market after the sellers retrace back down and fail. You've done very well. Okay, now, so the micro trend fib, guys, which is the fib I drew down to catch them on the way up, guys, that is not as strong as the 50 fib of the day. That's why they've just done what they've. That's why they've just done what they've done. Okay, now. Nasdaq and S&P, guys. So guys, the S&P 500 traders, you generally know what you're doing. Please be advised that the S&P has gone climactic, guys, at the 100% extension, which is the critical balance point we identified when we started trading. Some of you may have waited for the sellers to push down, tag that one and gone long, guys. If you have gone long based on that balance point in the market, guys, you're looking for 4s and 8s and 12s and 16s or whatever you would like to do. Okay. Now, that being said, guys, normally the S&P 500 traders love extreme volume, right? So you've got extreme volume here, extreme volume there. The moment the biggest market in the world blows its volume, you're pretty keen, guys, to send it back the other way. Okay, provided you can identify why it's failing, guys, and these guys have failed to the tick. Guys, question about Fibonacci before. That daily Fibonacci extension is also drawn from the extreme high to the extreme low of candles. Guys, it's not drawn off the bodies of the candles. All right, so if you needed any kind of confirmation that the Fibonacci is reasonably accurate, as the S&P, biggest market in the world, is just sold down to the Fibonacci to the tick. Okay, so as a futures trader, guys, versus Forex, as a futures trader, our Fibonacci's are super accurate, super accurate. If anybody needs to know why that is the case, more than happy to explain that to you. Okay, now for the FDAX traders, you guys, again, if you push any higher, you're picking up a beautiful sell, guys, off the pre-top. Okay, now this is the zone in the market, guys, that I believe that these guys are going to fail. So guys, you could pick up, I see these older static bar reversals over here on the FDAX, these ones here. If you need another FDAX trade, guys, you can go short, guys, at 44. So 444, we are in the last 15 minutes, the last 90 seconds of the candle. You can go short at 444 if you want to on FDAX. Nice. So Greg, well done, mate. Nice trade. So again, for the FDAX traders, you're in your last 90 seconds. You're either waiting for the buyers to push through the pre-top, then you're looking for a reversal, or you're going to go short at 444, guys, with a first target of 5 points. All right, first target of 5 points. So let me do some maths. Your target will be 439 if you are short on FDAX. Guys, 444 to 439. If you're waiting for the close, guys, if you're waiting for the close of this candle because you don't like trading in the last 90 seconds, you want the buyers to push up like they're doing right now, guys, then you are looking for ideally a A push through and a slam by the buyers. This is exactly what we want them to do, guys. Exactly what we want them to do. Some of you guys, if we get well above, guys, if we get well above the 76s and the pre-top, okay, let them come well above, well above, well above, like really, really, really well above. Okay, there is an entry, guys. If you're a pre-top reversal trader, there's an entry at 460. Guys, this is an OSR style trade. We should be 20 minutes in. We are, or just under 20 minutes in. So if you're going to go short, guys, at 460 on FDAX, it is a Fibonacci and pivot trade. Your risk is going to be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 points of risk. Guys. And again, you're going to be going for long range targets. All right, that order has not been filled, guys, at 460. We're going for long range targets with tight risk control. Guys, what you want is these buyers to move up, and you want them to get slammed. That's absolutely slammed. I don't mind the position of the FESX at this point in time. So again, guys, if you're going to go short on FDAX at 460, your risk control point is 455. This is looking ominous at this stage. So let the buyers come in, guys, and blow themselves up. Please make sure, guys, that's a limit order you're going to place at 460. Please don't put a market order on. Otherwise, it's going to sell you all the way at the top of the market as opposed to selling you down here. Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Okay, now at the moment, guys, FDAX, your risk is around about the 25-point mark. So hence, we'd be looking for a 25-point target with a 5-point risk control. If the FDAX closes, as the FDAX closes up here, obviously the short has not been filled at 460. Come on. We've got this daily, guys, got this daily 61.8 hiding behind here as well, which proved absolutely beautiful in the opening candle trade. Here they come. All right, so if you do want to go short, guys, at 460, your risk control point is 455. NASDAQ, guys, I'm looking for the sellers to create a lower low in order to effectively have a bit of a buying bias over here. At the moment, they're not doing that. Now, what do we are? So we're in, our OSR has been set. The buyers are pushing up towards the OSR. Normally that fails. So again, as if you're going to go short on the FDAX at 460, you guys know the drill. All the FDAX traders know the drill. And just watching the clock count down. So we got 1 point over 460. Guys, we got the 461. We got the 461. We haven't got the 460. Guys, I'm sitting 2 points below the pre-top. Guys, I'm sitting 2 points below the pre-top. The reason being is, again, I need the sellers to be really good. Yeah, last 90 seconds, MJ, that's what I'm watching. Right? So for those that are watching, guys, my little barrier around my timer here is turned red. That's designed to remind everybody in your peripheral vision that in the last 90 seconds, the signal success rate starts to drop. So what I'd be suggesting, guys, if you've got an order on at 460, you can leave it on if you want to. I would personally move the order down the screen. Okay, so I would move the order down the screen a little bit. You're not going to miss out on a trade. So bring your order down here, guys, and then we're going to wait to see if this candle closes under the pre-top. If we close under the pre-top in 41 seconds, we're going to look for a fill, guys, again, back at 460. Now, you can enter that trade, guys, you can enter that trade up to 5 points below the pre-top. All right, so worst case scenario, you're going to be entering at 457. Just let them come through. Guys, let them come through. Okay, so I'm just showing you guys, again, if I'm over my daily KPI, guys. I'm sitting at 1,148 US. Okay, now it must close under and not close over the pre-top. I said, watch. It can't, well, that's not what I want. It can't gap on, all right? So it's exactly what it's just done. Guys, the guys have gapped onto the pivot. So we don't know what they're going to do yet. So that means that I would simply say, you know what? I'm not allowed to trade you FDAX if you don't close under the pre-top. Okay, so therefore, guys, if I don't trade in the last 90 seconds, which MJ's mentioned, I'm now saying to you, all right, you didn't meet the conditions of my signal set. I'm now waiting for a fill at 260, but you guys have got to come back under this level. Now, what we're looking for, guys, again, if the buyers do decide to move the market here, guys, if we do get a higher high, you can pick up a short, guys, underneath the 88.6 Fibonacci. As you ideally want a higher high, guys, if you are aggressively trading, you can put your order back on at 260. At this point in time, you've only got around about an 18-point stop, guys, as opposed to 25. Now, again, that is assuming a close over a pivot. Guys, the early rejection of the buyers by the sellers means that that is an aggressive entry. Guys, what we're looking for the junior traders is we want the buyers to close. We want the buyers to fail, sellers to close under the pre-top. Then everyone is looking for a short at 460. Now, for the NASDAQ, guys, we are watching the first 15 or so minutes of the market. They've effectively tried to sell down for 10 of the first 15. Guys, that's not going very well for them. Some of you guys have gone long, guys, on the NASDAQ over the R1 when they sold down, created a lower low, gone back the other way, which is fantastic. The junior traders, guys, at this stage, we don't have a trade unless you are entering on the static bar reversal I highlighted before, or you've said, Lockie, here's a static bar reversal just here. I'm going to buy the market. When they sell back down underneath that level, I'm going to buy the market, run it up. When they sell back down, I'm going to buy the market again. Right? Slightly more advanced. But if that is you, guys, what you're going to see is the SBR indicator, this one right here, will just keep repeating trades. Let's just keep repeating until eventually the buyers run out of steam. All right. So if you are long, guys, on the NASDAQ because you traded that static bar reversal or the original black line we drew on the chart, and you're looking for a 20 tick target, guys, I would control my risk at touch 16, pay 10. So if it runs in my favor, absolutely brilliant. If it doesn't, it doesn't matter. Okay. Now look at the 90-second rule, guys, playing on FDAX. Look at this. All right, so for the FDAX traders, guys, at this stage, you've got a failure at Andy's 133 fib extension again. Guys, now that caught the market the first time through. Okay, so it's a very, very strong level. If you've waited for these buyers to push up here, hit the 133, and then you've sold underneath that, guys, note that you're not in the last 90 seconds. If you've done that, guys, you're looking for a 5-point first target, please, and then you're going to try and see what you can get off the back of it. Okay. Now, again, guys, do not enter that 133 fib extension trade, guys, in the last 90 seconds of the candle, please. All right, at this stage for the FDAX traders, you are looking for, we're very close, here we go, last 90 seconds. You are looking for an R2 reversal or a 76.8 Fibonacci reversal, guys, in the next candle, or a 133 fib extension reversal if this one fails here and they close underneath. Okay, I hope I'm super clear on that. Have I got any NASDAQ traders who are long simply because we can't go short into the R1? I can see everybody hiding behind here is the R1. Have I got any NASDAQ traders, guys, who are long on the initial static bar reversal I suggested? Okay, well done. All right, well done. Okay, if you are long, guys and girls, we're gonna hold the NASDAQ long. The other traders, guys, we might get a really, really lovely strong candle here on the NASDAQ. Okay, we may get a strong candle. S&P 500 looks like it's going to try and have a crack. No, these guys are gone climactic. Okay, so we're not going to get a long, guys. I'm not going to get a long on the, guys, on the NASDAQ unless it's a super efficient candle and we don't have Fibonacci in the way. Okay. We are going to get a long on the NASDAQ, guys, provided we get a structured retrace and a structured rejection, and you must have a tight risk control. Okay, now what does that mean? Guys, what does that mean? We'll just wait for the candle to close. Ideally, guys, we need the sellers to sell down and fail at Fibonacci. Okay, I'm just going to draw Fibonacci here. Okay. We would need for the NASDAQ traders, guys, we would need a really lovely retrace. We need some sellers first. Lovely retrace. FDAX traders, you're picking up a double failure reversal off the 133 extension if that is your trade. Guys, if that is your trade. Guys, if you want to be careful with the FDAX, wait for them to push you, create a higher high, and then look for that, guys, or look for the R2 reversal up here. NASDAQ, I would love you to come a little bit further. As for the NASDAQ traders, guys, it's a really tight risk control point. These 76 fibs up the top here are going to be your nemesis. All right, so again, guys, if you want a super, super, super high probability NASDAQ trade, we don't yet have the retrace we need to go long. That's an okay candle, guys. It's an okay candle with a couple of pretty heavy caveats on it. FDAX, you just got your higher high. If you're short, guys, on the FDAX at 84, your first target is 79, please. Geez, nice work, mate. Well done. Okay, NASDAQ traders, if you are long over the top of the candle, which has got a couple of caveats on it, if you are long, guys, your risk control point is here. Guys, you are looking to try and trade this all the way through to the all-time high and fail up here in my rectangle. So have I got any NASDAQ traders who are long? Guys, if you are long on the NASDAQ with the caveat that I spoke about, guys, you're looking for a 20-tick target. Right, a 20-tick target. Your risk control point, guys, will be 16 pay 10, guys, or 16 pay something. 16 pay something. Ideally, you're joining the buying momentum on both US markets. Guys, if we push the all-time high, you guys are going to try and hold it as long as you can. Okay, try and hold it as long as you can. If you haven't gone long, guys, because I said there's a caveat and it's these 76 fibs, then we'll simply wait for the buyers to either dominate and we'll join them, or we'll wait for them to run out of steam and we're going to join the sellers. Okay. So do I have any NASDAQ traders who are long, guys, over the top of that efficient candle? Okay. Anybody long over the top? S&P 500 traders, if you guys are long from this climactic volume off that critical balance point in the market, guys, if you're long from there, this long is looking absolutely insane, right? So I want you guys to try and hold the S&P 500 long, goes probably into the 30-minute, close of the 30-minute candle, which is 2 minutes from now. All right, NASDAQ, guys, is pushing. All right, have I got anybody long, guys? Anybody long on the NASDAQ? Anybody long? If you are long on NASDAQ, guys, we want to try and hold it until the turn of the 30-minute candle. Right? If you are long, guys, absolutely brilliant. Okay, I don't think I've got anybody long. Yes. So we do have people long. Okay, that's all right. That's all right. So if you're long on the NASDAQ, guys, if you're long on the NASDAQ, you had two danger zones, the 76ers and this one here. Guys, now I'm looking for a red diamond delta short. If you have gone long, guys, on the NASDAQ, right? If you have gone long, guys, again, your first target's 20, your second target is 50. So let me have a quick look. It's gone 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. It's gone well over 50 ticks to the high side. I see, again, using a touch 16, pay 10 style ATM, right? That's gone relatively well. FDAX traders, your R2 reversal has triggered. Now, guys, I took my eye off that. If you have gone short under the R2, guys, your entry's at 501. Your first target is 96, and you've gone through that. Okay. Well done, Andy. Nice work. Okay, Anton. Anton. Okay, that's all right, mate. That's all right. It's okay. We'll go and get it back. Mate, go and get it back. All right, so those FDAX traders, if you're short under the R2, guys, that's an absolutely stunning trade. So if you're a pivot-based trader, guys, on the FDAX, we've gone through the 141.4 extension and the 76.8 fib. Guys, we had a rectangle drawn up here before about this is where they're highly likely to fail. Guys, they've done that perfectly. So FDAX traders, guys, you're looking for that red diamond delta short in the new candle if we close inside the OSR, please. All right, we're back to Andy's 133 trade. Let's talk about a rinse and repeat cycle. That delta, guys, is incredible on FDAX. All right, so 483 short. So it's a 483 short. Guys, you're looking for a 78 target. Guys, I'm trying to do this as quickly as I can. Okay. FDAX traders, if you're going to take the delta short, okay, at 83, your target is 78. Go on, FDAX. You know you want 78. No. Okay, now the 133 extension trade is on as well. Right? So if you want to trade the 133 extension, you can go for an 84 entry as opposed to the delta at 83. All right, guys, they're both valid trades. Long range targets, tight risk control, please. Long range targets, tight risk control. Or you can just go for 5 points on every trade, guys, if you want to keep your ledger really tight. So at this stage, guys, I've got a higher high on the NASDAQ. Guys, so it means that we can sell short, guys, underneath the active candle. Okay, so if you are a NASDAQ trader, guys, we've got up to here. These guys have got caught at the fatigue zone. FDAX traders, you are flying through your profit targets. Doesn't matter where you entered, guys, you've nailed it. NASDAQ traders, you can be short outside the range of the active candle. The S&P 500 buyers have lost control of their market, so the NASDAQ traders can be short. If you are short on the NASDAQ, guys, outside the range of the active candle after the higher high was created, or you might be short, guys, under this pink 161.8, guys, you're heading in the right direction. I want you to try and hold the NASDAQ while the S&P 500 doesn't buy, please. All right, so again, if you're just going to go short, guys, for 10 ticks or maybe 20 ticks, then awesome. FDAX traders, if you guys are short on the Delta V2, then you are almost 20 points into your targets. All right, guys, so if you want, you can just go for the 133 Andy trade at 484. Well done, Andy. Guys, that trade has already gone 5, 10, 15, around 19, around 18 points. So I just hope there's FDAX traders short for long-range targets, please. Hope there's traders short for long-range targets. Okay, now that being said, guys, the buyers will try and reset the market again. So watch the last 90 seconds. It's really important, okay, particularly for the FDAX traders. If you're short on the NASDAQ, was underneath the 161.8, you guys are looking for a 20 tick first target. Guys, let me just draw that on for you. You're looking for a 20 tick first target, guys, with a touch 16, pay 10 ATM. If you're short on the Delta, guys, you're looking for a 10 tick target, okay? 1/4 of the market volatility, which is right there. Okay, so Delta traders, always 1/4 of market volatility, please. Always. Okay, Alan, well done. Nice trade, mate, off the 141.4. Well done. Let me just make a 10 tick box for the Delta traders, guys, just as a reference point. So 1/4 PVI, guys, 1/4 PVI says, you know what, if these guys create a red diamond Delta, they're going to go at least 1/4 of the PVI, which is over here. Okay, now at this stage, Europe, guys, Europe's got the con. So again, one thing we're going to do tonight, guys, is we're going to talk OSR. So the FDAX and FESX have both failed at their upper OSRs. So I'm just hoping I've got FDAX traders that are holding on for a 25-point trade. If you are, that would make my day. If you've already targeted, guys, don't just push the button again, please. If you've already targeted, don't push the button again. We're going to wait for the market to reset, and then we're going to go again. Just pushing the button for the sake of pushing the button is not a trade. Honestly, I don't know if anyone has anyone else in the world done that. You've just pushed the button for the sake of pushing the button because you think you're missing out on the next big winning trade. I don't know if anyone else has done that. I have many times, many. No one has done that. Okay, you guys are all trading gods. That's fantastic. FDAX traders who are short for 25 points. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You need to move back inside the pre-market box. Very likely, guys, off that delta at the top, very likely a 25-point target is going to be paid. All right, so that target is 458. If you're slightly more adventurous on FDAX, guys, a 458 target is divine. 25 points on the FDAX, guys, is 1,000 Aussie dollars per point. So per contract. So if you can pick up a 25-pointer, if you just did that 5 times a week on one contract, guys, 5,000 Aussie dollars. Now, if the buyers do, try and buy back up here on FDAX, all right? And if we get above that static bar reversal entry point, okay, if they buy back up, then we're going to go short again. I don't think they're going to do that, guys. And I think that the 25-point delta target is right there. I think they're probably going to go and try and suss that out, all right? So if you are short, guys, in fact, off the Andy 133, if you are short, guys, your 25-point target is before that black line. Okay, now, what have we got? Guys, for the NASDAQ traders, again, Steve, any feedback on NASDAQ would be amazing. Guys, this is the highest the NASDAQ has ever been. Guys, this is the highest the NASDAQ has ever been. Same as the S&P 500. It looks like at this point in time, let me just mark this. If the S&P fails again, guys, they'll probably return to the 50 fib of the micro trend where I've got that black line on just there. All right, so at this stage, I've got no new trades. Guys, I've got no new trades. FDAX, your volume is still fine. Your time is okay. I really want these guys to sell down to go to a 25-point target, but they might not want to do that. All right, so just keep a very close eye on the FESX. Guys, you'll note that as soon as we get a buying surge over here, buyers come in on the NASDAQ. All right, so for the NASI traders, we are not taking another signal. Guys, we're not taking another signal. Okay, we're not taking another signal. Okay, FDAX, guys, has now gone way beyond the entry point on that static bar reversal. Right, so for those that are watching that, guys, we must get a higher high before we look for another short. That's probably the last time we reverse off the Andy 133. Guys, there could be a short sitting up here, guys, at 484. Now, if you're over your daily KPI, guys, please do not take another trade. If you need another FDAX trade, guys, 484 for 479, 484, 479. Probably the last trade we're going to get on FDAX, guys, for the next little bit. Okay, now I'm just watching the FESX like a hawk. It's back to its pink 90 again, guys. This has been amazing for us. FDAX traders, if you are short on Andy's 133 at 484, your first target is 479. You're on target again, FDAX traders. You're over target. So for the FDAX traders, guys, shout out to Andy for his Fibonacci plays. If you're in on that one, guys, you owe Andy a beer. Look at that. And for those of you that love OSR, if I can take any credit for the OSR as well, you've just picked up an OSR short as well, and it's gone straight through its target. So well done, OSR traders. Well done, Andy. Well done, Fibonacci traders. Now, have I got any FDAX traders that need another trade, or are we all completely cooked? Guys, we all completely cooked. The higher high, guys, has allowed you to trade that -6 rated SBR short as well. MJ needs another one. Yeah, Andy, look at that, mate. Look, it's multiple mathematical algorithms working in complete synergy expressed as candlesticks. That's what it is. It's just pure mathematics expressed in just complete harmony. With a couple of indicators over the top to say, please enter here, please do this, please do that, please do. Of course, a couple of indicators. Some people don't like indicators. The way I look at indicators is that if indicators are making you money every day, the indicators are really good. If they're not making you money every day or they're confusing you, then they're no good. The scaling is a wave 3 bumping into the 550 extension. This level is not as strong. Yeah. I don't know, Lee. I don't know what the deal is. The reason we wrote the delta, you guys know this, but the reason we wrote the delta is so it shows you exactly where to enter the market. Like literally, here is the entry price. So that V2 delta short, guys, on FDAX right there, that V2 delta short at 479. All right, so we were able to pick that up when it came back down. These guys went back through. We can resell again at 479, and that's already gone through its targets. If these guys push up and create another higher high or bump into the OSR, we can take 479 again for a 5-point target. Now, as FESX has just gapped over its upper OSR, all right, that's a sign that we might see some short-term buying coming into the market. If I have NASDAQ traders that are still long from down here, do I have S&P traders that are still long from down here? Greg, are you long? Bex, are you long? Any other S&P 500 traders long? Yes, Greg. Well done, mate. Well done, well done, well done. All right, so Greg's long, guys, on a climactic reversal on the S&P 500. I know, guys, critical balance point in the market. We sold down to the balance point, couldn't get below it, which means basically buy anything you can and sit on it as long as you can. Guys, and that's obviously gone quite well. Time-wise, volume is really good. FDAX, again, guys, if we create a higher high, we're looking for a reversal short. Okay, so if we create a higher high, looking for a reversal short. If you're a bit aggressive, guys, you just wait for the buyers to push in, get above the OSR, then put an order underneath that 141, sorry, the 133 fib at 848. Guys, that'll be the 4th time we've traded off that level. That's the 4th time we've traded off that level. In fact, I need, guys, for the purpose of screenshots, I need to start identifying the trades we've spoken about. We have spoken about that Fibonacci reversing over here, right? We've spoken about reversing that 3 times. Okay, 3x. All right. Just to make sure, guys, we just keep track of what we're doing. So FDAX traders at this stage, you're looking at around about 5 trades. So 5 trades, 5 wins, if that is what you do. Right? That's a pretty reasonable statistic for the FDAX traders. Andy, you're well over KPI. So, that is so good. That is so good. Now, guys, the NASDAQ could just keep grinding to the high side here. Okay, we could just keep buying and buying and buying. As we spoke about a long-range buying target, guys, when we came into the session today being this price up here, the 150 fib extension, so around about the 2840 mark. 6482, Greg. 6482 is your target for those that are long on the S&P 500. 6482, right? That puts us, in fact, that means they're going to try and push through the R2 and then fail. So that again, so an interim little target hitting right here, mate. But again, if we start grinding, guys, if we start grinding on both of these markets, effectively what we need, guys, for the American traders, we need dual market longs, 476822. Thank you, mate. 822, perfect. So what we need, guys, what we need for the NASDAQ and S&P traders, the black diamond deltas are valid long. Guys, now we've just got to watch the risk that we're carrying on the candle. Guys, we've got an 8 rated buy signal just here, an 8 rated candle there with a 4 rated one on the S&P 500. So these are effectively just trend continuation trades. Some of you love really, really strong, efficient candles. Some of you love the delta outside the range of the candle. Others are basically waiting for the market to stop buying so you can get matching sell signals on both US markets. You're grinding high, but it's getting very overstretched. I can see you. Yes, man, I'm with you. So when there's the overstretch occurring right now, so we are in obviously all-time highs, the highest these guys have ever been. If you are long on the NASDAQ, guys, and you need a lazy target, all right, you'd be 4 ticks prior to that 150 extension. So your actual target price, if you are long, is 37.50, right? 37.50. If you need an interim target or a risk control point, I note that the S&P 500 is at this stage is not running out of steam because it's not at its first target here, Gregors. First target there, second target is there. Okay, now for the NASDAQ traders, right, buyers on the S&P have lost control of that one. All right, so for the NASDAQ traders, what's our time? Okay, 4:45. For the NASI traders, if we were to get a higher high, you could look for a scalping style short, which is entering 2 ticks outside the range of the current candle. Guys, at 833, all you're doing is putting a sell order into the buyer's stop losses. Now, if you're going to do that, guys, you must have a tight ATM, and I would suggest a slightly longer range target. Volatility is 46. So, guys, if you're going to go short, right, you'd be looking for a 10 to 12 tick risk control point, a 20 tick first target, a 50 tick second target, understanding we are in the last 15 minutes of the hour, right? So for those that don't want to trade a short in the last 15 minutes, all you're going to do is wait for the turn of the hour, and then you're going to look to take a trade. At the moment, the buyers are quite strong. As we can see, the buyers are quite strong. If this is not the point where the S&P 500 wants to turn, they're going to keep pushing the S&P up here, and that's going to drag the NASDAQ with it. All right, now that's the second test of that 150. That's the second test of the 150. Right, that was our target, guys, that we spoke about before we started the session. If the buyers get much beyond that, guys, which they're now doing, if they get much beyond that, guys, then one, this is why we're very, very careful in the last 15 minutes. Two, you're looking for a static entry on both US markets simultaneously. Now, for Greg, that's long on the S&P 500, if these guys just keep grinding long, Greg, ideally, if we don't get caught at 6470, if we don't get caught there, they're going to go all the way up here, right? But either way, that's going to end up as a massive trade, right? There's no doubt about that. Now, for the FDAX traders, the only thing you can take, guys, is a pivot-based reversal in the last 15 minutes. Buyers own the stair step. They've just gone and hit the R2, which means you guys can go short, guys, at 24,500 with your first target is 24,495. So if you are an FDAX trader, if you need another trade, if you trade in the last 15 minutes, the only trade you are allowed to take is a pivot-based reversal. Guys, you've gone short at 500. Your first target is 495, and you're sitting on that target now. All right, I'm a little bit late to call that signal, but you guys have already had 5 absolutely stunning trades already. That's number 6. All right, so if you are short off the pivot, guys, note that's an Andy fib as well. As if you're short off that, then again, you are looking at sitting on your target already. Right, that V2 Delta short, guys, on NASDAQ, if you're a mathematical trader, all right, there's a short at 835. Guys, please be advised that we're in the last 15 minutes. If you are going to go short at 835, guys, then you're looking for a 20-tick risk control point. If you don't trade the last 15 minutes, guys, you're looking to try and pick up this delta, okay, at 835. You're going to try and pick up that delta once the hour turns, right? So 2 different ways of pulling that apart. And at this stage, guys, just let the FDAX run. Nikki, you got +5 and 10 off the R2. You've had an amazing session, Nikki. Hey, well done. All right, now some NASDAQ traders, guys, look for 2 or 3 pushes to a key level before they short the market. If that's you, you've had 3 pushes to the high side now. The buyers are not impressing anyone on the NASDAQ. Just watch the last 15 minutes. Take my fib extension. Well, Andy, congratulations, mate. Your fib has been absolutely amazing today. So again, shout out to you. And Andy, thank you for your help with the fib. Thank you for your help with the fib. You picked up the opening candle failure point, mate, to the tick, which is stunning accuracy, mate. That's wow accurate. So I say well done to you, and I say well done to you. All right, so for the very careful traders, guys, we're looking for, thank you, Andy, I appreciate the compliment. We are looking for static bar reversals on both US markets simultaneously. So we want the SBR algorithm to trigger. We've then got to wait 10 minutes. Guys, then got to wait 10 minutes. Oh, man. Oh, wow. The SBR algo is already triggered. Right. So what it means, guys, what it means, if you are short outside the range of the active candle from when we were talking before, guys, if you are short outside the range of the active candle, guys, you are looking to move it down as around 20 ticks. I'm just going to make sure that box is the right size. That box is the right size. Now, what you're looking for, guys, if you're short now, again, guys, some of you may be short in sim because you don't trade the last 15 minutes, right? If you're on that one there, guys, you're looking for these guys to move down at least 16 ticks towards your target, start to reduce your risk on the trade. You're looking for a long range run, right? For those people that are not short yet because you don't trade the last 15 minutes, that little delta entry point is absolutely incredible. This static bar reversal's got a minus 23 rating on it. That's also incredible. That delta V2 short there, which corresponds to the static bar reversals, even better again. Okay, now we'll just let them come through, guys. Last 15 minutes. I personally don't trigger a trade in the last 15. I don't trigger a trade in the last 15. This guy, the price movement says they're going to tank. As if you are short, then I would encourage you to stay short. If you are short, I know some of you are, guys, because you don't believe in the 15-minute rule. If you are short on the delta, guys, a 20-tick target is hilarious. If you're short outside the range of the active candle, which is right there, you're looking at to come down and smack the minus 23. Guys, S&P 500 is an absolutely stunning minus 15 rated SBR short. The NASDAQ should respond. Guys, mathematically, it should respond by moving down to a key Fibonacci level. It should do that. Greg, you've got 12 times 40 and 44 times 30. Are you kidding? That is a massive trade, Greg. 44 on 30 contracts. Oh dear, I can see another Ford Ranger coming. See another Ford Ranger coming. That is scary stuff. That is really good. I'll do the maths for everybody, guys, on the second target only. The second target only. Just so that's a 44 times 30 contracts, right? Times $12.50 US. So everyone in the world, you can do your maths on that if you would like to. Convert that to your local currency. That is a solid, mate, that is a solid 50 minutes at the desk. All right, guys, that is US dollars. You can do the maths on that. So, Greg, when did our journey start, mate? A couple of years ago? A couple of years ago. Well, mate, what I love about it, again, tonight in the hub, we're doing extreme volume. And what you've done is you've picked up an extreme volume reversal at the open of the European market and then just sat on it. 12 years ago, mate, there you go. So the dividends, mate, the dividends are now coming out. Look at this. Oh, dearie me. All right, anyone that is short on the NASDAQ, guys, if you went short outside the range of the active candle, guys, it looked a little bit ugly for a little bit, but they've just gone through your 20-tick target. If you're short on the delta, they've gone through that. If no one is short because you don't trade the last 15 minutes, guys, we're setting up for some really lovely turn of the hour trades. Greg, that's a massive trade, mate. That's a massive trade. That's just so good. FTX traders, you are setting up for a divine reversal. A divine reversal. NASDAQ, you're setting up a 15-minute chart SBR short. Okay, NASDAQ 15-minute SBR short setting up. For the S&P 500, 15-minute chart SBR short setting up. There's short setting up everywhere. Short setting up everywhere. Let me just move my little box out of the way there. Okay, there we go. Now, volatility, guys, up around the 50-tick mark. So again, guys, if you are in these reversals, some of you may be going for longer range targets. Guys, if you are in the reversals, then these guys are going to go to the next key Fibonacci, which at this stage is down here. That enables you to go for at least a 50-tick second target. At least a 50. Geez, inside the last. Yes, geez. As long as you've got matching signals on both markets, mate. Oh, look at this, guys. Look at this reversal on FDAX. That is just insane. If you've gone short, guys, if you're short on NASDAQ, guys, or short on S&P, if you're short on NASDAQ, short on S&P, try and stay short. Guys, try and stay short. But at this point, coming into the hourly close, I would not have any risk on my short trade, please. Right, so no risk. If you're short, make sure you've got no risk. If you're not short, we'll wait for the market to buy again, fail, and then we're going to hit the shorts hard. Ah, look at this, guys. The poetry in motion. Just incredible. All right, Cody's turn to moderate tomorrow, guys. I've picked up one trade, guys. One trade today on the FDAX. There's been 6 or 7 winners. Ah, dearie me, dearie me. I do have to get better, guys. I do have to get better at pushing the button on 6 or 7 trades simultaneously. That's what I need to get good at, as opposed to take one trade to make my KPI and stop. I need to start taking 5 or 6 trades. Yeah, probably did, mate. Probably did. Absolutely. So NASDAQ traders who are short, you're going to try and hold short, please. You're going to try and hold short. Guys, to bring into context what I just said, if you are happy achieving a daily KPI, which is what I strongly suggest you do, achieve the daily KPI and walk away. If you can do that daily KPI in the first 1 or 2 trades, as there is no need to take trade 3, 4, 5, 6. Probably one of the most important lessons I've ever learned in the game of trading. As you don't need to take lots of trades to hit a really sexy KPI. That's a bit of a misconception out there in the world of trading. Okay, now, Greg, your trade is amazing, mate. For everyone else, as for everybody else, Mandy, yeah, look, it's quite brilliant, Mandy. That's why we trade together, not by ourselves. Mandy, can you imagine doing this by yourself? Greg, you know what? Our little motto could be trade less, earn more. How about that? Trade less, earn more. Trade less, earn more. Combine pure price movement with indicators. I mean, why not? Yeah, trade less, earn more. I love it. I love it. Diane, that's awesome. Trade less, keep more. Well, Diane, how many times have you heard about traders that do really, really well in the first 35 to 40 minutes of a trading session and then completely blow it in the last 15 minutes and then get angry and then start revenge trading? Then they blow up their accounts. And if literally, guys, the most valuable lesson I've learned in trading is once you've hit a daily KPI, just stop. Literally, imagine how much money people make by just stopping. Just stop. Literally stop. But guys, there'll be a lot of resistance to that because people are like, no, Lockie, you don't understand. I'm just going to keep going. It's like, well, okay, you can do that if you want to. Or you could just stop, come back tomorrow, do the same thing, do the same thing, do the same thing. Greg started on $50 a day. I just said to Greg, mate, $50 a day and stop. Once you've done that for 4 to 5 weeks, we're going to go to $100 a day, then stop. And then once we've done that for 4 to 6 weeks, we're going to $150 a day. Then we're going to stop. Greg, did you say something originally like there's a lot of stopping? Lockie, there's a lot of stopping here. So, yeah, it's a lot of stopping. That's the point. Ah, dear. 12 years, Greg. 12 years. Man, where's that time gone? 12 years. In that time, I met Akito, got married, changed countries, had kids, took up skateboarding again. Incredible stuff, mate. Incredible stuff. 12 years. Holy moly. All right. Now, for those that are short on the NASDAQ, guys, we're just holding short to key Fibonacci's. We know exactly where those key Fibonacci's are. At this point in time, you have no risk on your trade, please. No risk on your trade. We've got 23 seconds until the hourly turn. For those that are not short on the American markets, we're looking for the buyers to push up, create a higher high or a double top. Then we're looking for a short. Don't just push the button, guys, please. Don't just push the button. We're looking for the buyers to push back in again and fail. And it's got to be impressive, guys, particularly for those that are at KPI. Now, I'm hoping for those that are short, it just keeps on going through the 50 tick target, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. You guys have just gone through your 50 tick target if you're short on the delta. Guys, again, you've just gone to that key Fibonacci level as well. So if you are short on NASDAQ, guys, you're looking for 20s and 50s, you've gone through your target. Long story short, if you're short off the 150, you've gone through your target. If you're short on the SBR, you're just shy of your target. FDAX, you sellers own the stair step. You're looking for buying base reversals. Sellers own the stair step. You're looking for buying base reversals. Right? Don't get smudged into these guys selling down here. If you are short on the FDAX from up the top of the jar, guys, you're just going to hold short. Guys, just going to hold short. Okay, to the lower OSR for the FDAX traders. Right, so you guys are going to hold short to all the way down the bottom of the jar here. Now, for those who got 5 points at the top, you've done very, very well. Now it's looking at like it's going to go around about 100 points. Guys, that is a slightly different trade. Guys, it's a slightly different trade. Now, for the Nazi traders, guys, I'm looking for brand new entries short. If I've got anybody that is still short, then you guys have gone through your 50 tick target if you're on the delta. If you're not short, that's okay. That's okay. We'll look for the next trade. This is a valid static bar reversal short. If in the new hour we push back up and make a higher high, fail at Fibonacci and then come back down. If we do that, guys, this delta is even better. That static bar reversal with that delta is mathematically amazing. Guys, now FDAX, we're looking for buying base reversals. They've just sold down and bounced off the 50 fib of the day. Right? If you are an FDAX trader looking for another trade, sellers have stolen the stair step. You're waiting for the buyers to fail at sellers to fail at a known area like the 50 fib of the day and then buying long. Guys, if you are long, guys, on the FDAX, again, guys, your volatility is dropping. So you've got a 5-point first target, second target 25, and your risk is controlled at 5. Thank you, signal 50 tick release, but still okay, Anton, that's all right. We will so you've got 50 ticks on the reversal, but we still need to get some back. Okay, mate. Okay, I'm happy with that. Happy with that. This could, guys, we could end up with a 4-point turning bar. No, we can't. It mathematically will not occur. Any FDAX traders that are long off the 50 fib of the day, guys, that's why I said sellers own the stair step. So the moment you guys can go long off a known psychological area, you've clearly gone way beyond your 5-point target. But that would be your 7th trade. Guys, I think the FDAX traders are cooked personally. I think the FDAX traders are cooked. Have I got any S&P or NASDAQ traders that are trying to hold for longer range targets? Is anybody short and holding short? Steve, nice work, mate. Well done. So Steve is holding short. Guys, Steve is holding short on the NASDAQ. Anybody else? No, Daniel's been paid. Well done, mate. Anna, you're holding short. Well done, sweetheart. That's brilliant. Just hold. Your goal is to try and get down to the 76 fibs as a minimum. Man, all I wanted was a little bit of, whoops, I just moved my fib. All I wanted was a little bit of buying, guys, on that opening candle, and then we were going to go short. Everyone was going to go short. Look at this. Everyone was thinking the same thing. FDAX last 90 seconds, so don't go long off the 50 fib again, please. All right, so last 90 seconds, do not go long. Guys, do not go long. That trade has already gone through and paid. That Delta V2, guys, is valid on the NASDAQ if you are a Delta trader. Guys, there is risk behind the trade. Right? There's risk on the trade. Mathematically, the delta is valid. We are in the last 90 seconds. So there will be better entries on the NASDAQ than that one just there. Okay, there will be better entries. If we only got, guys, just a smidgen of buying inside the new hour, I'd have everybody short on the NASDAQ. Like everyone would be short. FDAX, your next trade, guys, I don't think we need any more FTX trade, but your next trade, guys, you're looking for these guys to fail at the 50 fib, which they've done. Okay, the FTX traders, you're now looking for the sellers to sell down a little bit, guys, a little bit. Ideally, we would want to buy the market, guys, all the way down here, all the way down there. The 50 fib of the day is the very obvious point to reverse. NASDAQ sellers, so who owns the stair step? Buyers own the stair step, so we can only sell. We can only sell at this stage. We're staying short on the NASDAQ for the short traders. So we're staying short. Okay, I can get rid of these boxes down here. Okay, I just got rid of my Fibonacci's. Let me just go and pick up the right fib. So Anna, at this stage, if those of you are short on the NASDAQ, you're trying to hold for slightly longer range targets. Okay, so slightly, oh, that'll do. That'll do. Okay, if you're going for slightly longer range targets, all right, you're looking to trade down to these evil twins down the bottom here. Anna, you're out of the trade, $825 in profit, 825 US. Wow, good job, Anna. That's amazing. Guys, I'm very excited for you. Guys, if I can get everyone in the trading room to average about $1,000 per day, guys, about $1,000 per day. Give it 4 or 5 months, guys. We work together for 4 or 5 months, sure. But let's say by Christmas, by December, we're all sitting on around about $1,000 per day. As that's a no-brainer. Like that is just such a no-brainer. Wouldn't it be great to have 100 people in the LTR? We've got way over 100 guys, not only in Zoom today, but there's people watching us on YouTube and Instagram and da-da-da-da-da. Imagine 100 people in the LTR making $1,000 US per day. That's $500,000 US a week we're taking out of the market. $500,000 US a week. I get really excited by that, guys, because we have a whole lot of people in the world that go, you can't do that. You can't do that. It's not possible. Yeah, okay. Appreciate your critique. Appreciate your critique. I don't know if we got any FTX traders, guys, long off the 50. That's why it's really important we identify the step, identify the ratio, then take the trade. That's obviously gunning beautifully to the high side. If anybody did take that, you guys are sitting at, oh, look, how many? 8 from 8. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We took a number up here, 6, 7, maybe 8. You guys are killing it on the FTX. But you can't get it right 100% of the time, guys, can you? That's not possible. No, that's not possible. You can't get it right. Not possible. Anyway, I don't mind, guys. I don't mind the FTX today. Again, if you've done well out of the FTX, Andy's belted the FTX today. MJ, how are you tracking on the FTX today? You've done really well. Diane, you've done well. Anna's done well on the NASDAQ. Petros, guys, only lasted about 5 minutes in the LTR and has left. MJ, going okay, perfect. Guys, I'm looking for a new signal for the NASDAQ traders. A new signal. If we get much lower, we're actually coming back into the selling territory we were in before. Okay, we're coming back into the selling territory. But we're not going to just sell down here, guys. We need a confirmation, like a big fat CORPC candle. What I'm also looking for is these guys to sell down here. Yeah, Anna, that's a beautiful trade. Okay, big shout out to you. That's an awesome trade. Now, if we do need more trades on the FTX, again, I can continue to call them for you. I don't think we do. MJ, do you need another FTX trade? Or are we done? Are we done? Okay, you need a trade on your second account. Okay, perfect. All right, now for those that are short on NASDAQ, guys, we're just staying short at this point in time. All right, there's no new trades here. guys, if you are short on those deltas I spoke about earlier, guys, they should mathematically, guys, in the next 3 to 4 minutes, they should move through their profit targets. Now, if you're not short on those already, guys, if you're not short on those already, again, yeah, look, they're still valid, there's no question, but the risk is probably a little bit too much for most traders. I see. Again, there's nothing wrong with entering the deltas, guys. They're mathematically correct. You would look to control your risk. Classic touch 16, pay 10 style scenario. Right now, again, I'll draw that on the screen, guys, for anyone that is just watching mathematically. Okay, so that is your risk control point right there. That's actually 17 ticks as opposed to 16. But ideally what you want, let's move it up a bit. Ideally what you want is the buyers to push in very early on this candle and then get absolutely slammed. As now, again, the risk on the delta will keep many of you out of the delta because the risk is too much. Okay, so it will keep you out. It'd be interesting to see mathematically what occurs here. FDAX sellers own the stair step, right? So do not take a selling base reversal off the OSR, please. Right? Do not take a selling base reversal off the OSR, please. Sellers own the stair step. So guys, for super high probability trading, we don't sell with the sell. That would be like backing the gray horse that's running last in the race with 200 meters to go. It's nothing against gray horses. It just probably won't catch up. It probably won't catch up. Okay, so again, guys, yeah, so best thing to do is don't sell with the sell, don't buy with the buy. I'm more than happy to explain that in the hub meeting today. You guys on the NASDAQ, if you are short, guys, around about 2 minutes and 58 seconds, you will have an answer on this trade. I'd suggest it'll come earlier than that. Volume's good, volatility's good. FDAX is going a little bit banshee, so just let it do what it's doing. Now, the problem with the delta, guys, is the risk. All right, I'm just being super clear with that one. Volume on FDAX is getting low. Yes, so the volume, guys, on FDAX may have pulled up stumps for the day. That's okay. Most of you are way beyond your FDAX targets. Okay, way beyond FDAX targets. That's a dominant candle. Okay. Buyers are just grinding, guys, a little bit at this point in time. So buyers still own the step, guys. So we're not setting up buying base reversals on NASDAQ, guys. We're not setting up buying base reversals. FDAX sellers own the step. So we're not selling. We can only buy, MJ. So that delta there, right, because the sellers own the stair step, got a static bar reversal long. Then you've got a nice strong green candle. Then they've retraced back under the delta entry point. If you did pick up that delta, sellers own the stair step, you can only buy the market. Then obviously that's gone quite well. For the NASDAQ and S&P, guys, no new trades for you guys at this stage. Do I have any S&P traders that are short, guys, on that -15 rated SPR? What have we got? FESX stopped. Okay, MJ, that's fine, mate. That's fine. That's fine. All right, so no new trades. No new trades anywhere. FDAX, guys, the volume is likely to maybe pick up a little bit, but again, it's going to start to become a little bit unpredictable. NASDAQ, I would expect some degree of answer from you in the next 47 seconds, please. NASDAQ will go significantly further to the downside. Thank you for the answer inside 47 seconds. So if you guys are short on the delta, guys, even if you're short out of curiosity, even if you're short out of curiosity, the delta is valid. The risk is the problem. You're looking for a 20-tick target with a 16-tick risk control point. Guys, you're at 19 ticks worth of profit now. So it's triggered your risk control. If you are short on the delta, you can't lose any money. If you're short traditionally on the delta, you're looking for a 10 tick target. You've smashed the target. As they've literally gone 19 ticks towards a 20 tick target. That means that you've got no risk on the trade. But many of you are not short on the delta anyway because the risk to reward ratio is not what we like. Not what we like. Let's look at that. The the FDAX just got hammered, absolutely hammered. Oh dear. Okay, so new trades, guys. At this stage, I can't send you long, guys, on the static bar reversal on the Nasdaq. The reason being is the buyers own the step. That's a buying base reversal with the buying step. That's what we're talking about before, but instead of the step on the FDAX. No, the sellers have the step, Jizz. Sellers have the step. So when buy, sell, buy, sellers stole the step, they've still got the step. So yeah, so selling base reversals, if you saw these guys push up to the upper OSR and you drew a Fibonacci down to catch them on the way up, and you said, look, I know these guys love to fail at the 76 Fibonacci's. So there's my Fibonacci down to catch them on the way up. All right, I've got 76 Fib failure and OSR failure. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll go short based on the fact that all of these things are lining up to go short. Then you may have actually picked up a short. Me personally, I tend to shy away from selling with selling. In this case here, it's a pivot-based reversal, and the pivot-based reversal reinforced by Fibonacci has gone beautifully. So some days, guys, that rule will keep us out of a winning trade. Other days, it keeps us on the right side of the market. And psychologically, you're better off not taking the trade and staying with your plan than you are breaking your rules, getting paid for it. And then the funny thing about getting paid for it is you go, oh, wow, I just got paid to break my rules. Eventually you have no rules. And that's a particularly dangerous place to be. So as for the Daxi traders, you've been handed a masterclass today by the markets, obviously completely live. So I think this is hilarious. For the Nasdaq, guys, we had to do a lot of waiting. Yeah, we had to do a lot of waiting. What's that candle? 5 minutes to the hour. Let me just double check. So it's a 14 rated 4-point turning bar short. As that is probably why. So can you already see now? I've missed this, guys. I've missed this. See, this candle's got a 14 rating on it. That's a 4-point turning bar short. I mentioned earlier today, it's the strongest reversal signal in the world. This is one reason why we didn't get the buyers showing inside the new hour, because they were buying back into that short, which is a real shame, because those people that were already short, then you got reinforced by this monster here, and look at the sell down that's resulted. And it's a 4-point turning bar short, guys, on the S&P 500 as well. So we got matching reversal bars on both American markets. Strongest signal I've ever seen. Okay. All right. Where did you go? So Diane, maybe the question I was answering, it was so sensitive. Maybe it was so sensitive that the internet went, you cannot answer that question. So guys, I'm back. Sorry, we just literally had a little bit of an internet glitch. It wasn't an earthquake, right? We've had a lot of those lately, but no, that wasn't an earthquake. So to answer Diane's question, Diane, which is a really, really awesome question. Again, for the FDAX opening candle traders, if you do pick up a failure at the 133 fib extension, obviously it takes a lot of practice to find that extension. But again, you've seen how profound the failure is at that point. So if you can find that 133 fib extension, if they hit it really early and then you've got a pivot to enter under, like we did today, you're in a great spot. You're in a great spot. So, geez, I'm running 2 earthquake apps on my phone, and both of them went absolutely nuts about 15 minutes before we started today. Where was the earthquake? Hang on. It was in the Ryukyu Islands of Japan. Yeah, Ryukyu Islands of Japan. Which I don't think, well, it's within 1,000 kilometers of where we are. It's certainly not. I've just realized, guys, I've got no data. So hold on. So I'm just looking at the candlesticks going, wow, that's really slow. Really slow. And there's a reason. Okay, so let me just bring this back on the screen again. Yeah, everything's out because the internet's gone down. So Ninja's gone into a hypersensitive protection mode. Guys, we've only got 9 or so minutes to go. At this stage, I believe we've done pretty well today. Diane, back for the hub. Yes, so guys, if anybody wants to come to the hub meeting tonight, doesn't matter where you are in the world, guys, the link is on the front of the Samurai website. Guys, it's there on the right-hand side. It says join the global hub meeting. Cody, you're on the money, mate. The tsunami we had here yesterday was 30 centimeters. And I said to Akita, I said, we couldn't even surf that. Like we couldn't. So it wasn't as dramatic as some people may be reporting. Now that's in Japan. It was a little bit more dramatic elsewhere. However, it wasn't too bad for us in Japan. No, it wasn't too bad. So let's just see, guys. I just build these data feeds back up again. Guys, any questions at all about anything that we've done today? We're looking for new signals, guys. We're looking for new signals. I don't think I've got anyone, guys. I don't think I've got anyone that is still short on the Nasdaq. If you are still short, then there's actually no buy signal to send you the other way, which is a good sign. Mathematically, these guys should be selling down to here. Guys, if they can get through those 76 fibs, they'll move down here. FDAX is very predictable today, guys. Very predictable, very, very straightforward. No question about that. As part of the ease of trading the FDAX today was the FESX. You can see it bouncing in between these Fibonacci's perfectly. So that did make the FDAX a lot easier to trade. Anton, you're out. Okay, perfect. Guys, you can see everything starting to slow right down. So the first 90 minutes of the European Open is really good fun. And then the markets will get a wriggle on. It was 90 minutes after we finish this session. So 90 minutes after we finish today, that's when these guys will get a wriggle on. Geez, it was a great session, mate. So, mate, I hope you've done well. I hope you've made some good money. Greg's obviously had an absolute blinder. Well, he's just on his second target alone. He did more than 16,000 US. That's good, guys. That's got to be a sign. That's got to be a sign that everybody here can chase Greg. Right? Everyone here can chase Greg. If Greg can do it, guys, if Greg can do it in this trading room, I think we can all do it. I think we can all do it. That's a big day, guys. $16,000. 16,000 US. Oh dear, just think about that money for a moment. That's a solid that's a solid day. It's a solid day. Now, guys, if you're going to hang around tonight, 9:30 p.m., you've got double red flag US news announcement. In fact, triple red flag US news. As I would suggest that news is going to be positive based on all the economics that are going on globally. Guys, so that means the NASDAQ and S&P should actually be pulling higher. All right, so what we might be finding at this point in time is this sell down is just basically a retrace. So the buyers get, some sort of newfound love for the market. And we might find that we end up with a beautiful sort of 60-minute chart continuation style trade. Let me have a look. If they go much lower than where we are now, it's going to pick up a beautiful 60-minute chart continuation. And the Fibonacci will take you to the moon on that one. That's going to go a long way to the high side. Well, that's where it's going to go right there for the NASDAQ traders, 23957. MJ, yeah, 3 US red flag news announcements tonight at 9:30 p.m. Tokyo time. So guys, the NASDAQ is probably going to go to either 23957 or 23992, right? If that news is positive. S&P 500 is going to go to 6482. We know that already, 6482. All right, so if we do get a lovely sort of stair step back against the trend for a little while here, and then we do get a positive news announcement, these guys will race into all-time highs, guys, and that's going to encourage even more buying. And before we know it, it's going to be a buying festival. No doubt about that. MJ, that news, or just quantify that. Bomb. Okay, that news is this here. So these three here, guys, they're the ones you got to watch out for. Okay. Now, unemployment claims, guys, again, if it's positive, because the market is, the mojo is positive, as much as we've made most of our money today buying and selling, the overall feeling out there in the market is clearly positive with all-time highs. So it's not going to take much for them to keep, it's not going to take much for them to keep grinding to the high side. Guys, any questions at all? Where's my little camera? I'll turn my camera back on again, guys, which we typically do at about this time. Guys, our hub meeting starts in 30 minutes. Guys, in 30 minutes from now, we're going to be doing extreme volume, guys, how to trade it well. I've got 5 examples on the NASDAQ, guys, 1 example. So 5 examples on the NASDAQ, a couple of examples on the FTAX. Guys, the same rules apply right across the board, guys, so it should actually be quite good, fun. And guys, I think we've done okay, guys. Honestly, I think we've done okay. Oh, there's the big boss. Arlen, how are you? FTAX traders have been parked. They're finished. They've picked up to 8 trades that have all gone where they need to go. So the FTAX was a lot easier today than the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ traders, again, some of the slightly more advanced traders picked up a climactic trade here off the R1. That's gone really well. Other traders picked up shorts, the SBR off the top here, the 4-point turning bar. There was a delta short there as well. That ran down beautifully. That's for those people that trade the last 15 minutes of the hour. S&P, they picked up a reversal off this balance point down here, which was amazing. Greg picked up around 16,000 US dollars on that trade. And then if anyone's short off this static bar reversal, they are beautifully into profit. And that's us done for the day. So that's me. That's me done.
Well, first of all, guys, good job. Love seeing that. We did say that the markets are happy today, so I'm happy that we're happy and you're happy and I'm happy. So
yes,
pretty good.
Yeah.
Guys, really quickly, we might have some cool things coming up next week. Where we could, all of us, just surf the markets, surf around, enjoy the summer, enjoy different things during the summer. So keep an eye out for that. We're gonna have cool things coming up next week. And like we said previously, we are still working on preparing a very cool new edition for you for live trading rooms, US edition. Also, this one should get an upgrade pretty soon. So keep an eye out for that as well. And we will try to see you more often. It's fun doing these things. It's fun doing these live trading rooms. So Lachlan and Samurai Day Trading, thank you so much. And we will see you again next week for the live trading room with the trading pit. And whoever is joining Samurai Day Trading for the live trading room, you guys have another session tomorrow. So enjoy, and I will see you next week.
Perfect. Thank you, Alan. Thank you, TTP. Thank you, everyone, guys. I'll see you next week. How about that?